Hello, everybody. This is DeMarr. I'm just wanting to do a video here real quick. I know Chris, my son, did one yesterday, I think it was, and he kind of illustrates from one phone to the next. I just want to make sure that everybody understands how to get ScreenMeet on their iPhone. Okay, so first of all, you need to go to ScreenMeet and you do that and buy it. It's either $10 or $15 a month. You're going to want this, especially if you're going to use it for prospecting people who you can't meet with personally. So you want to go to yourmobilebasedbusiness.net and then sign up there. That will get you signed up for ScreenMeet. They know your email address you're using, so that's how they're going to connect the two. Once you've done this, you need to go to the App Store on your phone and go to Geyser by Eugene Borfsky or whatever the name is there. And that is the name of the app for ScreenMeet, just temporarily, but this is the next little while. That's the app you're going to need for the next few weeks to get it to work on your ScreenMeet to work on your iPhone. So now once you've done that, okay, so now you've gone through, let me get in here. So now you're done there. So now you're going to go to, and like I say, you're going to download, so you're going to go to your App Store. So if I was going to the App Store, I'd go here, and I'd look up Geyser by, that's how I do it, and I just search, and then there it is right there. So I click on that. I've already got it in my system, so I'm not going to do that. So I would download that. Like I told you, that's how you would download it. Then what you do is that if I was going to prospect somebody and I was going to go through the process, the first thing that I would do is I would go here and I would click on this and I would write a message. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to text somebody. Let's say if I go Chris. Okay, and so I'm going to go to Chris Zimmerman, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to text him a message. And here's what I do: this is exactly how I prospect using text messaging. I use it all the time. So I'd say, Chris. Then I just do, what kind of phone do you have? And this, like I say, this is exactly how I would do it. Phone. Now, I would text this to about 10 or 15 people a day. And what kind of phone do you have? And I would copy this. And then I would paste that. So what I'd do is I'd go like this. I would select all. And then what I would do is I would copy that so that I could do it for the next one. So I'd send Chris this phone. And Chris this, I'd send it. And he would probably respond back. Okay, so once Chris has responded, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and then I would send this message. He would probably say the name of the phone it is and then what it's all about. In fact, he's writing me right now. He's going to ask me question why. Can you see how he's answering that question? And this is what happens. You'll do this to about 3 or 4, and he see how it says the LGV10. So I'd say, great, if I could show you a way to make money. Now I'm telling you, this is exactly how I do it with, now you'll notice that I'm putting what kind of phone he has, with your LG V10, and then I go sharing. So sharing an app. So I do that. That people love to use. Would you want to see it? Now I do this on a regular basis, okay? And then I just question mark. Now I'm going to send that to him. And he's going to answer. Now he probably doesn't know what's going on, so he's going to say, why are you asking me that question? But that's what I would do. If they say yes, then what I would do is I would go to the next page, and I'll show you what I would do. Okay, he may not answer that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on this. So if he answers yes, then here's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say, great. Let me go back there. If he said yes, I'm just going to, if I can get to it, let me just click get to it. So here's he's answering it. So here's what I would say. Okay, sorry, something happened there. There we go. I was doing it the wrong way. I know the script. Okay, so he would say yes, and I'd say great. Do you have 15 to 20 minutes I could show you right now? And depending on what he says, do you have 15 minutes I show you right now? Now, if he answers that, okay, then what I'm going to say is I'm going to get him on the phone. So all I'm going to do is just call him. So if he answers that, I don't know if he's going to. What I do is I just call him. So I would just go, if he says yes. If he doesn't, I'd say, when do you today? If he doesn't have time today, I'd say, what about tomorrow? And I'd keep going until the closest day that he could do it, I could show him. Then what I would do is I'd go. Now, obviously, if he lives within a certain distance from me, I'm going to meet with him. But if not, I'm going to go to my phone, and I'm going to go just like this. I'm going to take that off here, and I'm going to call him. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to call him. And so I would go to the dial tap, and I would call him 801, and dial his number in, and I would call him. Now and then so he would be on the phone with me when I dialed him. Okay, so now let's say he's on the phone with me and I'm talking to him just like I'm talking to you. Then what I'd do is I'd go to the Geyser app or the ScreenMeet app that I downloaded. I would click on it and it would open up. Now, I would actually, as soon as I got there, I would go and I would text him. Okay, I would text him the information on how to get this. So what I would go right down here, see at the very bottom when it says invite, I would click on that invite, and then I would go to here, and it pops up, and you'll see right here, okay, right here down below it says see my screen live, okay, and then what it does is that when they click on that link, and then I'd send that to Chris. Okay, so now Chris would have my thing. I'd send that to Chris, and anybody else. I could do this up to 50 people at one time. So I could do this, and if I was going to do that, I'd have to have a conference bridge, obviously. I'd have to have a conference bridge, obviously, to be able to do that if I was going to share it more than one. Or I could three-way them in if there's just a few of us. But that's how I do that. Then once I did that, I'd send that to him. I'd have him click on that link, and then he would see my page. Now, at first he might not, but then what I would do is I'd go into here, and I would go to, what did I do here? So I would go and click on here. I would send it, and then he would be on my ScreenMeet. Now, what I would do here now is that once he got on, see down at the bottom where it says start, right on the left-hand side, I'd click start. And now he would see exactly what I'm seeing right now. So the first thing I would do is see now how Chris has said, okay, now okay. So now what I'd do is he'd see my screen. Now see how he just came on right down here. If you'll see, let me move this out of the way. So you can see is he's on here. Now Chris is on here right now. See how I can see that? And that tells me how many people are on the system where I'm right now. So Chris is on there. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to click on the send out cards icon, and it's going to pull up the app. Okay, it's actually not the app, it's the website. Okay, it's the you can't do the app on iPhone, so you have to do the friendly mobile friendly website, which is exactly what I'm doing. Then I just go through the process, and I go through the whole process of sending a card. Now I'm not going to do that right now, so don't get confused. So I'm going to go through the whole process. Now I've done the first part of the presentation. Okay, so now I'm done with that. Okay, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the ScreenMeet screen, and now I'm going to do presentation. So I'm going to go right here, and I'm going to click on it. And when I click on that presentation, now I have the presentation. I'm going to talk to him. So I'm going to say, okay, I'm going to tell you there's basically 4 different packages. There's one where you can come in at $39. There's these 3 packages, one for $195, one for $395, and one for $795. I call them good, better, best. So I'd go through that process and explain a little bit about that and say, okay, now what I'm going to show you is this middle one, the $395 in the presentation. So I'm going to assume that that's the package that you're going to purchase. With an additional $50, you'd become a distributor. So I'm going to do my presentation based on that middle package, and I'm going to talk about the income opportunity. Then I'm going to talk about that now. As you listen to this, there's 4 types of people that join us: a customer, referral partner, and people who want to make part-time income, and people who want to replace their income. So think about that as we go through the presentation. And then I just talk about, there's some disclaimers, that everything that I tell you isn't an exact science. It's not exactly that you're guaranteed to make this money. But if you do what I tell you to do, this is a possibility. So I tell them how they come in at $395, pay the $50 to become a distributor, and I'm going to show them how they can get that money back. So just by finding 3 people who just get on the $39 subscription or any of the other subscriptions, and if you do that first 30 days, the company's going to pay you $50. Then I say, now you're going to run into people as you show and do exactly what I do. You're going to run into people that want to do the business. We're going to download the app. They're going to pay $50. They're going to pay the $395, let's assume, because they want to have that package just to get started in order to have the basic fundamental things that they need to build their business. Okay, so now for less than $500, you can start a business. Now, when they come in and they buy that $395 package, you're going to get paid $140. So now you've got $190 back on your initial investment. So now you find someone else, and they do the exact same thing. And again, you're going to run into people that are going to tell you, yes, they want to make money, and yes, they'll buy the $395 package. And when you do, you made another $140. You do that the 3rd time. Now you've gotten 3 people and 3 customers. Now what happens is you get all your money back, so you're ahead by $25, and now you have got your first promotion. So now when you sign someone up, instead of getting paid $140, you get paid $240 when you sign someone up into the business. When you sign someone else up as a manager, you're going to make another $240. And when you sign someone else up, you're going to make another $240. So once you've got 3 people, you can sign as many people as you want at $240. But as you bring people in, as they start to bring people, they're going to want to make their money back, and you're going to make $100 on everybody they bring in your manager position. And the more and more people that come in, that's what you make. So you see how I've done that. You show how. Now, you can get another promotion by getting 12 people, but let me show you how that works. And then I go through the whole process. Like I say, now, if you want to get your money back, what do they want to do? They want to get their money back. So that means that 3 in your first group, if they get 3, who get 3, who get 3, and it goes down 7 levels, that would be 2,187 people on your 7th level, over 3,000 people in your organization. Now remember, all you did was get 3 and help those people and teach those people how to get 3 and to teach their people how to get 3. Now, this isn't going to grow perfect geometric like this, but let's assume just by this illustration that happened and everybody got 3 customers. What that would mean is if each people down 7 levels got 3 customers, you'd be making $16,000 a month and some change. Now, we know that's not going to grow perfectly geometric like that, but could you get an average of 3 people who got 3 people who got 3 people and eventually came to 3,000 people who all got 3 customers? Is that a real scenario? Yes, it is. Okay. Now, is it going to happen exactly like that? No. But the geometric progression does work. Now, in your manager group, as you do that, okay, and they get their people, because you've got a raise not only in the upfront money, but you got a 5% raise on the income. You would make, if those same things happen, they got three, who got three, who got three, and they all got 3 customers, you'd be making $36,000 in that group. The combination of the both is about $50,000 a month. Now, let's say that you failed 90%. That's still $5,000 a month. Let's say you failed 99%. That's still $500 a month. $500 will make an incredible car payment. $5,000 a month will make an incredible supplemental income. In some cases, people could quit and retire off of that. So now I go through this process. I go through the whole presentation, and then I say, listen, there are 4 types of people, okay? And I just go through and I say, listen, remember I told you, a customer, those are somebody who just buys the packages, one of the packages, either a $39 or an $800, all the way up to an $800 package. They don't want to do the business. A referral partner is someone they'll pay the money, at least $395, and they'll come in the business, and they'll just refer people to offset their costs of their cards and gifts, and also to get paid a little extra income on the side. And then there's those who really seriously want to make some part-time income. They don't want to quit their job. They just need to supplement their income. And then there's those that want to replace their income. They're just tired of what they're doing. So if you had to make a decision today, if you had to make that decision today, which one of the 3 would you be? So I asked them to read that question. So that's how I do the presentation. And if they're ready to go, then I'll go ahead and just sign them up. So that's how you do ScreenMeet with your iPhone. Again, you start out the very beginning downloading this app right here. Then once you've downloaded that app, you go through the process, and then you hook them up by just clicking on this link right here, down here, and inviting them. And then what you'd have is you'd go to start this presentation and go through the process. Remember, they're on the phone with you while you're talking. So anyway, that's how you do ScreenMeet, and that's how you do it with your iPhone. Thank you, and have an incredible day.